Hello there everybody, welcome to part 2 of the tutorial on how to make a Yu-Gi-Oh deck box made of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Part 1 was about making this part of the deck box, and now I shall show you how to make the part 2, which is the bottom of the deck box. And then soon I might, if I have time, I will show you the lid of the deck box, even though I'm pretty sure the lid has a lot of difficult stuff to do. So yeah, let's just get right into the bottom. So first, we must have, we still have a remainder of about 11 cards that you need. And then you take at least 2 of them, you put one on top of the other, and then basically you can, well, I would suggest you to measure from this side to this side half an inch, and then you can do a bunch of markers and line them up. And then basically you cover up the Konami sign right about to the point where you can hardly see the letter M, or at least the line of the M, like this. If only the camera was better. I'll take a picture of it later. Okay, so you see the M right now. You cover it up so you can only see like the line of it. Okay. So after that, like almost the line, and then you put it down. You get tape. Well, I use tape, and I would suggest you guys to use glue. And then whoa, that's a lot of tape I just used. Wow. Oh well. You put it on the cover, tape it all like that, and then take this, take that, and you cover it up. Align them with your fingers, and slowly move to the point where you're supposed to tape. Make sure they're all aligned, and press on the tape so it sticks. And go on the other side, and you tape it again. Just grab a little bit of tape. Oh, whoa! You can't really push this, or else it shakes a bit. So you gotta just line it up and tape it. All right. That's good. Now we repeat the step again, and we make it again, because this is going to be the bottom part for the deck box, like this. And also we need to make another one like for the back of, or the lid of the deck box right over here. So let's make another one of these. I get 2 cards. I put one on top of the other, and then tape, or actually you measure from over here to over here, half an inch, and then you tape it over it. So yeah, it's almost like repeating the same step over again. Whoa. So you line it up so you're covering the M, and then you slowly move out of it so you can only see like a little bit of line, and then you tape over it like so. And you flip on the other side, and then you make sure they're aligned and everything, and you tape it again. See, I kind of messed up a bit, but don't worry about it, it's not that much. I can actually fix this with a little bit of tape. So you tape it over, line them up. Oh, whoa, can't really push this, so you have to bend it and something. There you go. So now with 2 of these, we leave one of them alone, or we look at them, and then we see which one we like. I'm going to choose this one. And then afterwards, we actually have to make another thing for the, so we have to make this part, so this will like be at the bottom and everything. But yeah, for this one, you don't actually need to care about how long the distance is like this. Just like put it on top and then just tape it. Doesn't really matter. And not too long, but not too short at the same time though, just because it saves a little bit of time, or saves a little bit of everything. And I could go into detail on measuring and everything, but I don't know. This is actually the part where you don't really need to know how much, although afterwards you do. So yeah. So I'm just going to tape this over, align them up. So then this actually goes on top and everything. Come on. Yeah, there we go. And go to the other side, get some tape, and then we put it on top. like so. Alright, now we kind of need to do some measuring a bit, like on how much space this part and this part has. So in order to do that, we just put this card like this, and then we line them up, and then we take a ruler, and then we measure how much space it is out. It's about 2 and 1/36 of an inch, so it's a little tiny bit off by 1 inch. So we take the card now, and then we measure 1 inch and a tiny bit. Well, actually for me it's 1 inch and a tiny bit. I don't know about you guys. So you guys have to figure out how much the distance is from the card and this part right here is. So, or yeah, this part right here, you got to measure how much it is, then divide it by 2 so you can actually do the correct measurements if you want to go into that much of a detail. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of lines and everything. And the reason this doesn't really matter is I'll show you in a second, although, I don't know, it does kind of matter, and it kind of doesn't. It depends on how detailed you are when making a box like this. So I make a line, I go to the other side, make 1 inch and a little tiny bit. Alright, so now after we got the line set up, we put the card, like these ones, on top of it, because this one actually looks better. We put it on top, and then, oh yeah, I also made it so that this part right here, you put it, so after you take this, you put this like this, and then you measure, you take the ruler, and then you measure how much space there is between here to here, and usually it is, how much is it? It's 1 inch. So then you take the ruler, you measure ½ an inch on each side, and then you draw a line on it, like so. And if you're using really old cards from like the starter deck Yu-Gi days, then you can actually just look at a level and just make a line over here right above the level, and then right over here, right under the second line of a font size of 6 or something, you can make a line over here. But yeah, just ½ an inch over here, ½ an inch over there, and after that, you put these under here, lining 4 lines up this time. Like over here, you gotta line these up, and then after that, you gotta line up the vertical after the horizontal and whatever. So yeah, that's a lot of work, but you can do it slowly. So yeah, 2 lines at a time maybe. Like I'll do this line and this line. There's no way I can get it wrong. And then you put tape over it like so. There you go. And go on the other side. Look at the lines. And then you tape over it. And notice that I do have a little bit of bumping issue, but I can solve that pretty easily just by like ratioing it. And then you tape it all over again, just to make sure. There we go. Alright, so this part is done. Now we get this box. First of all, with this part right here, notice how one of them is covering the other, and then afterwards you gotta make sure that this part, the one that's covering, is the front, and this part right here is the back. So yeah, next we look at the card, and then we line them up like so. Like, see if the inside of the deck box, you see the card is actually showing in a normal position. So you gotta just see this card, normal position, you put this card here, front, back, and yeah, now we, or actually before this ever happens, you bend the card. So right here, you see the lines that you made over on this side, 1 inch, 1 inch, half, half, you bend them so that the edges, you know, can fold in and everything. So you fold in, like this. I'm going to do it these sides first. Fold in, and lines really do help you a little bit, just saying that. So I'm folding another one, and another one. Alright, so 4 of these lines, or 4 of these things. Take the card, you find out what the front and the back is, and then you put it on top like so, and then you tape on them, so then they would actually stick on them. Alright, so I get a little piece of tape, I push so that they're actually in, I tape on the coverer, the one that's covering and everything, right? And then put it in again, make sure everything is fine and dandy, then you tape on it. There we go. Now we go on the other side. Tape makes everything better. Alright. You take the tape, you tape it on the coverer, and then you, well, finish this part. And then you slowly adjust everything, and then you tape over it. Now we do the sides. You take a piece of tape, tape on it. Well, I would suggest you do it 2 times because of how 2 different cards, one is covering the other, so yeah. Doesn't really take too much of a time. There you go. And you go on the other side, 2 pieces of tape. Make sure it's nice and sticky, or nice and hard. Oh, I'm making so many jokes today. And tape. Alright, so after that, you got the bottom part of the box done. Now let's see how much time I used. I used 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna make I'm gonna make a part 3 on making the lid. So stay tuned.